great start.
Well, you want a little bit of individual brilliance. Magic Bear, the one that is happy to provide it. And that is fantastic play from him. Not exactly his first.
From Justin, it all starts with Squishy using that ceiling to trap it behind, but fakes the first jump and completely baits out the defender and Jordan. And then a flick over the
top. Oh, dearie me. Magic Bear tried to scramble to help out. Unfortunately, Jordan had done a little bit too much work for the enemy.
Yeah, pulling on his Rizzo cosplay from yesterday, unfortunately, on that one. Just
play that entire 5 minutes. And they're going to have to find a way to do that moving forward in the rest of this best of 7.
Yeah, a little bit weird attempt there at the very beginning. You know, super aggressive in the face of Energy, and it worked out, you know, coming out of the gate. Here, Energy on the board.
Justin just hounding the ball the entire way. Nobody capable of getting over to him. And Percy finds himself far too close to the ball. Had as their saving grace all weekend long has been the kickoff plays.
Yeah, fantastic kickoff. Magic Bear, I think that one's just something that is so crucial. I mean, obviously, I know you spent a long time learning ones as well.
Oh, Justin called him off, and he still makes it work.
Oh, my God. What a play in the pre-jump from Squishy. Just absolute faith that he knows Justin is going to play cover and be on back, and that's the commitment we're looking for. Energy just with a doomsy dish kind of weird pass situation, whatever you want to call it. It's almost like an alley-oop. They put it away, and Energy wins here in overtime, going up 2-0.
And Alpine again making it count. Squishy all by himself. It's a horrid position to be in. But Lawler, we look at, I'm going to take free.
And then they have a beautiful play that just cross field and working with space. I think it's just a testament.
A little bit more in the tank. Good to see.
Like this is a testament to how good.
So 2-1, Alpine with a crucial game win to keep themselves in the series. And from what we're seeing on that one, you know, Alpine, that was the most territory we've seen them had.
You know, you've been seeing Justin get a little bit more selfish with it, and I think it's the best idea. These pass plays just have not been working. Rely on the mechanics, and you see exactly why. Able to just thread it past a couple. Oh, that's so difficult as well as a defender. Garrett's sitting there, and he's coming across his car's body, but with that air roll is able to play it with so much power for Alpine. A lot of bit of awkwardness on the defense here as you see a synchronized, I guess, attempt of trying to make a save, but it all starts from before that with Jordan dribbling.
In it. My goodness, we have started to see him at his very best, and it is lethal.
It is getting more and more dangerous, but what a statement that is.
The entirety of Alpine.
It's not only that, but Squishy just a brick wall at this point. When he has his eye on the prize, just the ability to get to it so quickly.
Table right now. It's one of those situations where you almost have to hope that NRG drop a few levels.
So laughing a little bit on Justin on that one. He knows he's up by 3, but if you don't, you get a free goal. So
just he wants to go for the highlights at that point. He wants to get the clips, and there is no player that gets more of them than that. I want to, you know, go back to Squishy on this though. Because
had his own stats, as we heard in the RLCS. Garrett just wanting one good week, and Justin stealing it away every time.
Yeah, Justin
really throwing in mid. And just so much room to work with. Squishy with a perfect pass here inside, where Justin bottom right. Not a whole lot you can do about that one.
That should be it here, NRG. They were tested in games 1 and maybe a little bit of game 2. But outside of that, they have looked.
It's a team that has struggled during this offseason to even qualify for any main events. Finds themselves against the team that looks the best right now and able to take at least one game off. So credit to Alpine here. And
it does rebound off one of the opponent's cars.
Yeah, not only that, but AXB, you've seen his involvement right away. Gets a beautiful 50 in the corner or on that side wall and ends up keeping it on his own.
Prizes.
2 for a hot looking gimmick, and this is just a difficult situation for Typical. A completely out of boost, it looked like, but I'm just falling off that backboard, watching it kind of loft in front of me. Yeah, just really good efforts. Torment deciding to try to play this one slow, and I initially thought it was the right idea, you know, force a 50 or whatever it may be, but Arsenal takes such a unique approach. Gimmick gets his 3rd.
Arsenal just doesn't realize Torment is going to give him all the space that he wants, and even then some. Typical completely out of position, and Gimmick has got himself, I mean, kudos to the setup. Typical spots him and launches it. Rattles. Well, he can't play any better than that.
Heroic save from Arsenal. You ask how he got the recovery, but even more important, you're talking a 2-goal swing here. from one side to the other, just a matter of seconds.
The one that made it.
It almost feels like a boxing match. Nobody's even blocking anymore, just rifling shots one after another. What a
by a massive scare in the final moments.
Could have been tied up as well. That shot from Sepical a little bit light and a little bit off the mark. It looked like we were going to get an overtime, but eventually it just goes and doubles down. Like, it's exciting seeing that two teams that have yet to lose that are really popping off. And I think it's a testament to how tough these guys are.
Gameplay though from Space Station. They've calmed this down now, and they're just outplaying their opponents through the fundamentals.
Yeah, it just seems like they've really settled into the series.
As to how to deal with it, that is the third time in the last minute that goalkeeper has been headhunted.
It's unfortunate for Torment. He's in a perfect position, you know, facing north.
Times today. I'm just ignoring it now.
Yeah, they send quite a bit on offense, and that's been kind of their bread and butter so far, where every single player is very familiar.
Okay, lads. Starting to look like we're about to get a little bit more tense over this final minute. We'll finish it off, but can't necessarily say that was a convincing final minute and a half.
No, a great 3-0 start for them, and then allowing Rat to kind of slowly crawl back in. Need to be careful in that one.
Been a gradual thing so far. I think Space Station will be relatively happy, though, with at least 80% of that previous match. Just nice and relaxed, keeping that pressure going, and, well, you saw on your camera, what is a goal for Space Station without a little bit of an attacking a defender? Now found their second game of the series.
Big credit to Arsenal here in the midfield. Extremely decisive on his challenges, able to stop and shut down a lot of these plays. Been able to get it going here in the third game, and a lot of it is credit due to Arsenal. So at first it was just the recovery in net, but he's definitely brought that into the midfield and allows Space Station to get their second victory here in the series. Looking comfortable here with the first goal, only 29 seconds in, 31 seconds. I did the opposite, but here we are.
Yeah, Space Station Gaming had...
Yeah, he's been doing a really good job of utilizing his space here. A lot of these fake challenges, just drawing out defenders. Obviously, Rat Enterprise is trying to play fast and quick to apply some of that pressure.
Power? Nah, lots of it.
Yeah, that touch from Arsenal. Not the one he's looking for. Obviously, he's just trying to delay that going into the midfield, but unfortunately for him,
Station Gaming use the offense of their opponents to their advantage. Just keep getting these loose balls in the midfield that they can launch down to the other side.
Still a chance here, Shogun.
Can any team win a game without making it really hard for themselves in the last few moments? It's a great play. Just constant pressure being put for them to do. Space Station Gaming on to match point.
Yeah, Rat did a really good job there on the tail end with Gimmick. Yeah, that 50, it finally worked in their favor where it ends up going mid. And
again, not for the first time, that corner has claimed another victim.
Hey man, some things remain true, and in this case, it's Gimmick being aggressive. This is now another time where he's just able to bully his way to get the ball in front of the net.
It was almost, I really want to take a look at the defender for this one. It was almost like a jump, an attempt to save out of pure obligation, rather than any actual expectancy to... I feel like Sipical just got very bored there. Saw Gimmick come out, and Gimmick gets punished for leaving the goal line right over the top of him, top corner.
Series long.
The one opportunity he was going to get, and he nails it. Launched right across the face of goal. Torment.
Attack gets them the victory. They move on to the semifinals.
Huge from Sipical yet again. When his team needs him. And that is a phenomenal play to give his team the victory. Scored one to put them up, saw them drop it back down to Torment.
Well, exactly. I mean, coming off a game already 4-1 against Alpine, they've got the vibes, they've got the momentum, and this is just a good start from kickoff. 30 seconds in.
And it results in a second goal.
I'll mention the last time these guys faced off, I think was back at the, or at least relevant to this, was the Brawl 10K, where Team Envy actually took this against NRG, all in their favor.
And I think part of the thing that's helping is the rotations for Envy right now. I'm just going to be honest with you, are not good. Atomic was pushed far front post. He couldn't get turned around when the play came from this Envy team setting up space.
I mean, this is great off the crossbar. Miss from Justin, though. If he had gotten that, this play wouldn't have happened here. But That's the way you got to do it. Capitalize.
Garbage time, but I mean, I got to give him that redirect. That was actually pretty clean.
Hey, I mean, at this point, goals don't matter anymore, right? So it's why not help the other team? 0 seconds, keep the ball up. You all know how. Go for it. Beautiful redirect, you're right.
Yeah, but NRG taking game number 1. I think this is the start they would have hoped for. I mean, obviously, every team coming into a series wants to win that first one, but especially to another lead.
Yeah, you saw that one coming from a mile away. I think a big part of Envy's success yesterday was the fact that Atomic was just getting beautiful reads.
To land it underneath the bar. NRG absolutely on fire right now.
Yeah, no, I think it's the speed. I really need Envy to start getting ahead of the plan. We got to add that. There needs to be a Wikipedia entry on the turbo own goals. Not much you can do there with that pinch. I mean, he was trying to save it. It's not really his fault entirely. So this was great. Atomic lost it on the roof. Mist takes it over and just gets right under it. That feels good when you get a doink like that.
The first game ended 4-1. That was my bad. But, I mean, either way, 2 goals in 2 games for Envy is just not enough to keep pace with this NRG team. And, you know, what do you really, like,
Well, that's a good start. How does he get? Oh, just a beautiful flick. I mean, you catch him off guard. Squishy's coming from the wrong side. I mean, there's no way.
A miracle from NRG will take game 3.
I mean, there is a kickoff. It's possible, but very unlikely.
Sometimes that is just how the cookie crumbles in Envy. I got to give them credit. We started to see them in much better positioning. It felt like Turbo really starting to wake up here. He was in the spots where he needed to be.
That was so close. What a scary situation for the last defender. Missed, tried to put that high, but it went off the crossbar instead. And I think that was an own goal. I think huge momentum shift for Envy. Just when it seems like they finally found their footing, it just turns around so hard. NRG still with control. That
only gets Envy back within 1.
Turbo's honestly been playing pretty phenomenally lately. But Atomic, knowing he could get there first, just a great touch up from Turbo. He might have been able to get the
G set themselves up on series point.
What do you do in a situation like that? It looks like, I mean, you heard me at the beginning. My initial qualms with Envy was that Atomic just wasn't.
Envy finding themselves down 1-0.
That was a beautiful pass from Squishy and just great speed to get up. Missed. He was on him. He had the read, but
Squishy finishing it through, and that is NRG putting themselves up by 2.
Garrett, oh my goodness, on his way out, just pops that one up right beautifully for Soul.
And he'll end up just dribbling it into his own net. Envy get back within 1.
That was a smart play from the beginning. Turbo took out 1, so they knew they only had 1 defender to get to. So Mist jumped up for the bump after passing it out.
Back NRG 26 seconds away from a grand finals.
Oh no, I feel like Mist could have saved that. Was that a misflip? It's been predictable today. 4-1, 4-1, 4-1 in all our matches so far. Envy, a rough start there for sure, but NRG showing why they're a powerhouse of North America. Gonna get scored on and they somehow break out. You mention it for just even 30 seconds and they manage to find this hole. That's what happens when you put everything to offense. Your defense disappears. And super clean. You said it yourself. Sipical's known for this. If he's going for the ball and he's given space, he's going to get it. And that's why Turo went up for it. He knew Sip's going to hit a shot like this. But unfortunately,
it really feels like even though Rogue continues to have solid opportunities, the defense on Space Station right now is absolutely insane.
Right here, they were doing their best to get their shots on, but it was just incredible defense. You also just mentioned it now. Incredible defense from SSG to start off this entire game. The first 2 minutes right now, get those demos on the goal line, open the scoring opportunities. Otherwise, those saves are going to come in. You would have had a second defender there. That's what we wanted from Rogue, and they got a goal of it. You just instantly stop mid-sentence. This is no, that's not what's happening anymore.
Well, you know, sometimes that's just what happens. I don't really.
Yeah, a bit of an unfortunate start. I'm glad for Rogue fans out there that they got this one back, and I'm glad for Rogue players as well they got this one back. 2 kickoff goals, and I'm gonna have to watch. There's a guy. Oh my goodness, what is? Oh no! Okay, I thought he got that in. No, first killer. What are you doing? It looked like Rogue had it figured out at the beginning. And then it just, they reverted back to what they were doing in game number 1, and that obviously didn't work. The own goal hurts, but now it's just kind of falling apart at this point. Rogue needs to just give themselves a slap in the face, get themselves back in the game, and get back to what they were doing at the beginning of game number 2 here.
Level with 21 seconds to go.
Yeah, a lot of confusion in the corner for SSG, just beautifully placed for first killer. It did need to be tucked away by Crow.
And they give away a victory here as Rogue able to just barely escape.
That's twice now. We've seen Eskin needs to be worked on and needs to be fixed. Reddles or Civil, I think it was, one of them needed to be up challenging that. I don't know if someone called someone off. It resulted in that.
Seconds in, getting themselves the lead.
Yeah, that was a mistouch at midfield. It looked like it started off with first. He sent it back. Crow panicked and it put. That was just a beautiful play, though. Crow thought for a second if he should go up for that, whether it was communication or just good game sense. He realized, nah, first killer has enough boost. He's gonna. I didn't start talking right away because I'm like, oh, that's an easy save. But Typical just completely off on that one. Someone should have been up there to meet that on the backboard. They shouldn't have had that opportunity to have the time of day to do that, especially with 2 defenders. I know the ball is high, but both Reddles and Typical should have boost there. To me, that's a miscommunication, and that's something that needs to be.
Just not going to be able to find his way to that one, and Rogue running away with this game 3.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say it's Rogue. No, exactly, and that goal's not going to matter at 0 seconds. I think at that point they didn't care and they just wanted to see if they could get another one. So I'm not worried about that going into game number 4. Team starts giving those opportunities. You take advantage of those. And I really think that defensive communication needs to be fixed. Like, this is not a thing that, like, oh, work on it when you can. This is a thing that has to be fixed.
Truly needed a lead early on here to start building some confidence on their end.
No, exactly. Getting an early goal to get themselves into the lead is just going to backboard and a goal to tie it up for Rogue.
And that is just excellent placement from Turnturo, and you see it again there. And just as we were talking about it, they're in the top left corner.
How does this make it in? There's 2 defenders in the way. Bounce, bounce, ping pong. Oh my goodness, to the top corner too.
Rogue, 1 game away from the grand finals.
Here they are at match point, brute forcing their way through for that last goal there that put them ahead.
Game 5.
They get the early goal, but we saw this happen in the last game as well. And obviously that didn't go in their favor. We'll see if they can change the storyline.
It follows through, and Space Station up by 2.
Yeah, that was just a beautiful pass. Off that touch, Reddles instantly knew where he was going. He knew a teammate would be out there. And then when he did,
Station responding.
they were able to stop any of those shots that are drying out the defenders from Rogue by just bouncing it at backboard, 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 and drying the defender out. So now they can get a control of it. They stop that attack from Rogue, and we got so close to that right off the backboard. No one home. You know he's going to finish him.
Yeah, just an excellent shot there. Makes it 1-0.
That's what you like to see from him first. He's been popping off lately, getting so many shots, even if they're getting saved. What a 50, just nose down, straight to the ground, pushes.
RG in the grand finals.
We had Rogue as a potential, and we also said NRG. If playing good today, there's not a team you want to count out. They're looking like one of the best in North America. Garrett G, the ceiling double tap, flip reset to put that one away. Even First Killer had no idea that was coming.
Locks it in the top right corner, 2-0 NRG.
These guys met up in the group stages, and Rogue took it 3-0 in that. Do not NRG take game number 1. We talked about them having a bit of an upper hand going into this for multiple different reasons. Rogue's offense looked just a little bit, I guess, a little bit straight.
And slides it underneath the bar.
First goal. Garrett G has been popping off for NRG. What a quick turn for the ball. Don't worry about it. And yeah, no, what's happening right now is, first off, you wanted that shot from First Killer to go. Looking like he wants to get or they want to get, sorry, it's not one person. It feels like they're one person. They're also good and synergetic. Looks like they want to just end this in a full force sweep.
Field and puts it through.
I mean, he didn't have much to work for, in all honesty. He had one defender coming from the far left. Another.
To do to break it around, and that's going to propel Rogue into the lead now.
That was pretty smart play from First Killer, not gonna lie. He just waited for Garrett to fly by that one.
Rogue is really feeling like they're waking up, and they're off to a 2-goal lead.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think just having First Killer trying to force his way through was gonna work against NRG, but it started to in this game. Number 3 comes a little bit under the speed the First Killer had, and that's gonna be a target in their sights now. NRG is gonna have to keep their eyes on First Killer, because he is just starting to pummel that ball towards the net, especially with Crow just getting a lot of those shots out to.
They get themselves back level, and after a couple of games where NRG felt like they were unstoppable, Rogue finally starting to show up here a little bit. First Killer continuing to put Rogue in the lead.
And Rogue, First Killer coming through. We talked about him just at the in-between.
Kranovi. Man, it really feels like Rogue has just shaken off all the ice we saw in those first 2 games.
What an incredible shot from Crow. Been here since the beginning, and he's showing that he's going to continue playing for a long time to come. Beautiful double touch. That puts him into the lead by 2 goals. Yeah, I mean, why not grab another one? 15 seconds left. It's not like it really makes much of a difference anyways. Physical play as well. It's not only the impossible angles, it's the physical.
2 back, get this series back level, and now we've got a very important game 5.
Rogue making those changes. We just kind of talked about them briefly at the end during those final. Garrett G off the bat, straight to the ceiling, straight back down. He doesn't need nobody else. NRG in the lead.
2 goals that are just coming off of Rogue being in really poor defensive positions.
So I guess NRG's answer is to have Rogue make
Claw their way back.
I've been watching Turo just get super physical this entire time, but at the end of the day, it wasn't him that was needed. First Killer takes Garrett out of the way, and Crow is going to be able to put that one up.
Series point.
You said it yourself right there. NRG match point. Looking to win the ESPN Invitational against Rogue. Rogue's not out yet. They made an adjustment last game.
NRG up first.
A lot of good pressure from NRG right now. Turo not with the best touch, sends it straight to Justin. I know he was looking for a teammate to hard clear that one. They wanted the counterattack.
Going to be getting Rogue back level.
Smart play from Turo there. So many times players just want to get that shot themselves, catch the defense off guard. No, he sends
down, and NRG, they will not go to game 7. They are the champions.
Are you kidding me? That went in? You had 2 people back with a pass from a teammate. No better way to finish it than when you do it together, and NRG are your ESPN Invitational champions.
What a shot from Justin as well.